Hey there, Jeff. Welcome, folks, to Speed Gaming 3. This is the Metroid Prime Randomizer weekly community race. We got a good one for you today, folks. It is even settings, which means we've got random elevators and random starting items. Today on Restream, we've got Samuel and Robo Scout. So, Jeff, how you doing today?
Doing great. Looking forward to an exciting week with some randomized elevators. It's always fun. Makes it a little bit more interesting. Get to see some unique routing come to play. All of our runners are set up, so I'm just going to give them the signal that we can start when they are ready.
Very nice. Any particular quirks in the seed you're hoping to see today?
Particular quirks. Let's see. I always like a delayed start to like space jump or bombs. You get to see some interesting tricks when that's the case. Some of the starting items, it's nice to just put them off, you know. So let's.
Indeed. We had a fairly late Talon last weekly I called because we had random elevators. I think we also had intermediate we had intermediate logic enabled in some cases as well. So we ran our sort of hard difficulty race last time I was on. And it was interesting. We had to do an NSJ scan dash in Phendrana Shoreline to get to something in Lighthouse. So we won't be seeing any of that shenanigans today. We're back to the standard tournament style logic.
And it looks like our races are off.
Oh, looks like Samuel's timers decided not to cooperate, but that's okay. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I know Samuel's experimenting with some new setup, so hopefully his stream's all right.
All right, we start with super missiles immediately, and we are in Research Lab Hydra.
I wonder where it wants us to go.
Good question. So Wave Beam and Hydra, yeah?
I think that's a safe prediction to make. If I was a betting man.
Can't use any missiles here because we need to save up for the super shot.
Yeah, don't want to accidentally use them and then just hope for the drops, because that's you're asking for trouble.
I'm sorry, but wait a minute. Isn't this exactly what happened in the... No, we started in like an ice ruins or courtyard in the advanced weekly setting. But I swear we had a Hydra start recently.
Yeah, that seems familiar.
Ah, well.
Both players making their way out of labs now, as going any further is going to require a little bit more movement items we do not have yet. Going to be difficult to make it up observatory without space jump or bombs.
Ooh, Robo Scout getting the lucky double red drop there, but Samuel just a bit ahead getting out here.
I wonder with a start like this, how fast we'll find thermal visor.
Good question, but unfortunately we can't get the item in courtyard yet due to a no morph ball.
Yep.
There really isn't actually a whole lot we can do here anyway. I think the only thing we really can do with this equipment is go to Phendrana Canyon and check that. Because, yeah, we can't get up do any of the Ice Runes checks without Plasma Beam or Spider Ball. We can't do the Lighthouse because we need Space Jump. Among other things. We could do Chapel? No, Chapel needs Space Jump.
Looks like whatever's in Canyon is important enough to go get. It's a
Yeah.
morph ball.
All right, back to courtyard we go. Yeah.
Well, I don't think we have any logical way of getting it back to there. Yes, we could warp to start, but since that's not considered logical, I think we got to keep going.
Oh yeah, we would need spider ball. That's right. Yeah, we would need spider ball or space jump. Spider ball and bombs, I should add. All right, so sounds like our next stop is the shoreline elevator.
Yep, no more checks in Vendrana. So, where is the first elevator gonna be?
In all likelihood, given this equipment, it's probably Chozo, early Chozo. I didn't quite get the best view of what was in Lighthouse, but Robo will give us another view in a second. That's a suit in the ice. Couldn't tell which one, though. I think it was Gravity, but I'm not sure. Samuel not even bothering to check the elevator.
I mean, nowhere else to go, so might as well just go as quickly as possible.
Indeed. This looks like Main Plaza to me. Alright, I saw a missile on grapple ledge.
There's that spider ball.
Alright, Spider Ball is actually really nice right now because we'll have the ability to go check Upper Dynamo when we cross that bridge.
Yep, very nice thing to have early on. It's kind of annoying to backtrack just for that singular item.
Samuel took a quick peek at whatever was in the half pipe item in Shrine, but I couldn't see what it was. That would be Space Jump and Vault Ledge, I believe.
Yep, so it looks like we're going around the long way.
Alright, so we got Space Jump, Wave Beam, and Spider Ball. That's a really good combo, although bombs would be really nice right about now, because then we'd actually have a very good chunk of the world open this early. Alright, Samuel gets our first energy tank of the day in Gallery. Very much sought after, considering we've been kind of running without one for early Vendrana, which is not really recommended.
Yep, and every time you pass by Scarabs with only 99 health, it's you're playing with death if you're not careful.
Alright, double missiles in the Hive Totem. Which early missiles we're not going to say no to, especially since we are about to get Space Jump, which is going to open up a good chunk of the game. Alright, so Vault takes us to Root Cave. Alright.
That's our Talon access. You like to see that?
Yeah, that's immediate access to hints. And we actually have super missiles and spider balls, so if we could just find some bombs, we could do reverse Flagra.
Yeah, that's true. Also remembering that I don't think anyone has checked the main plaza tree yet. We do have super missiles.
Very true. And Samuel's response to that is no time like the present, I think.
boost ball. Very nice.
Time to go back for whatever item it was in the half pipe, Samuel says. Either that, or we're going to take a quick little peek at Tower of Light. Actually, yeah, now nothing stopped us from getting over there now, so why not?
Very nice movement through Red Shrine.
Yeah, RoboScout's been doing pretty good too, also, not having any issues getting past Shrine without triggering the beetles.
Everyone likes a good beetle jam, though. By everyone, I mean me.
Yeah, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I gotta check challenge later, but, oh, hi, Grapple Beam. Tower of actually something other than missiles? Since when?
So I'm using an underwater slope jump to reach Tower Chamber. And RoboScout has started to head into Talon, heading for those early hints, most likely.
Yeah, definitely a good idea to see where they are, although given that we have not seen any, they are either all clustered in Magmore or they are all over the place.
We've got a Magmore elevator in Talon Canyon.
Alright, that takes us to Fiery Shores, which there's a pretty good amount we can do there. We can get lower Fiery Shores in the tunnel. We can't do Transport Tunnel A due to lack of bombs. We actually can't even go all the way to Lava Lake due to lack of explosives, too. And it looks like Samuel's going to follow RoboScout into Talon now.
Yeah, has boost ball and space jump, which will make it much faster.
And under the ship is a missile. And I think Alcove was also a missile. So we're definitely loading up on the ammo front to start this seed off, which that kind of concerns me a little bit, because now we're running out of easy spots where the early game progression is going to be. We might be running on all balls and wave beam for a while.
Yep, my prediction of the late bombs might come true.
We'll see if Samuel elects to do a bombless Arbor Chamber here.
That is a risky play. End up getting soft on it, but got grapple beam, so don't have to do the dash or the L jump. But not in logic since we don't have X-ray yet. But since the platforms are static, very easy to just memorize them.
Yeah, luckily Samuel's fall got broken by the plant platform. And yep, Samuel's gonna try the out of bounds. We're also gonna get our hints. We have Main Quarry, Great Tree Chamber, Magmore Workstation, Life Grove, Ruined Fountain, Training Chamber, and I think that's all of them. Ooh, so Ruined Fountain means Flogger is required by logic. Main Quarry, that could be a problem depending on how the elevators play out. Because we haven't seen Main Quarry yet. But yeah, they're pretty spread out, actually. Because, yeah, Great Tree Chamber, that could be a walk depending on elevators. Like, if Main Quarry and Great Tree Upper are not together, these last two artifacts are going to be a problem. Not a problem per se, just a pain in the backside. Frickin' crash site is even more missiles. Okay, game, we've pretty much just cleared out all of early Chozo and Talon, and we've gotten pretty much nothing but missiles and ball upgrades. Alright, so for the moment, Samuel is going to get a speed advantage because of that boost ball.
TGC Grapple was in Tower of Light.
Yeah. This seat has the potential to be stupidly linear right now. But RoboScout's going to take the warp to start, and with all this equipment, we should be able to get all the way down to Research Core now. Because, yeah, bombs aren't needed. Or are bombs logically needed for Observatory?
Yes. Or no, because you don't have to... I guess if you just boost through the spinners, then... Actually, no, there is a bomb slot to start the puzzle. Yeah, so...
Midway up, yeah. So...
the thing was, though, Roscoe has not grabbed the space jump boots at the vault ledge.
Yeah, because what happened was he went straight down the vault elevator after to Talon afterwards. Oh, it looks like RoboScout missed the ruined courtyard ledge too, so he's gonna have to walk around a little. Unfortunately, doing this without space jump is a bit on the troublesome side.
Do they know the NSJ strats for this? So you can climb up to the top without space jump, but I believe it is an advanced slope jump, so not currently in logic.
Alright, so Samuel just saw the elevator to Fiery Shores, and yeah, that's pretty much out of play for now. That should be a good spot for RoboScout to scan dash, but that angle doesn't look great. Oh, we almost had it.
A little bit slippery up there.
I mean, we are in an ice valley, so makes sense.
This is fair. Unfortunate. Did they not see that space jump was on the ledge? Because...
well, I'm trying... They came from Main Plaza, so there would have been a good opportunity to spot it.
But sometimes your brain just autopilots, especially in the race settings, and it can be easy to miss some of these simple things sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately, RoboScout's not getting the angle here to scan dash to the courtyard ledge. But with this equipment, yeah, we're still really looking for bombs to really blow the seed wide open, because if we could just get bombs and Variasuit, we can go pretty much anywhere between early game and Research Core.
Bombs in training chamber access, perhaps?
Could be. The only thing keeping us out of that right now is
we don't have Varia. Yeah.
It still could be if Variasuit shows up beforehand. Oh, we could have bombs on Zoid.
That's always a good old dangerous check.
We actually can't even get to Dynamo right now because we don't have an explosive. That looks like a missile tank in, Watery Hall.
Plasma beam. I don't want to grab that.
Yeah, that gives you a suit. So, yeah, that's definitely worth a pickup. Alright, so that puts all three of the Ice Ruins items into play. Something tells me a trip back to Phendrana actually is not too far from our future. And it looks like Samuel is agreeing in almost every way. And that should be in logic with this equipment. A space jump should be just fine. All right, upper ice ruins east is missiles. I didn't see lower ice ruins east.
Chad is asking what we would be doing in this situation. I have to say I agree with Samuel's play of getting the plasma beam and then warping back. Plasma beam opens so many checks in early Phendrana. The fact that you've got all the ice blocks, you've got Chozo Ice Temple. Yeah, there's a lot of early checks that can be done now.
Even Lighthouse is in play with this equipment.
Yep. And I mean, we know that a suit is here, and if it's Varia, then that's just a great one to have that'll allow us to transverse.
Yeah.
Most of Magmore.
From Samuel's perspective as well, most of Chozo before Zoid has been checked. So without bombs, there's really no reason to gamble, and with all the checks available, as you mentioned earlier, there's really no reason to stop for Zoid, or to gamble on Zoid. But yeah, it looks like RoboScout's gonna bite the bullet here and start heading for space jump. It looks like both the other ice ruins checks were missiles as well, so nothing in the ice ruins either. So I think that suit might be our way forward here. Although Samuel's just ignoring it for now and just going straight for Chozo Ice Temple. Probably plans on getting it on the way out then. Either that or it is Gravity Suit and he doesn't think he needs it. Which, to be fair, you can do without Gravity in a lot of cases. But yeah,
we can... Forgetting we don't have bombs yet.
Yeah, we could check this, but we can't go into Chapel.
Oh, Varia suit in Chozo Ice Temple. So that means there's either Gravity or Phazon behind the ice and shorelines.
If that's the case, it's probably Gravity, because Samuel hasn't immediately gone back for it. If it were Phazon, I think Samuel would have grabbed that immediately. But yeah, it must be Gravity if Samuel's still not going for it.
Hopefully they didn't just forget.
I hope not. Like I said, you're able to do pretty much everything without Gravity Suit, but it can get annoying. And Samuel also might be practicing for the tourney. I need to double check the challenge to see if he's entered.
He is indeed in the tournament.
Yeah, we've got a whopping, registrations I think closes tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, and we've already got 42 entries.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild tournament. It's a lot of turnout. It's really good to see.
Yeah, and we're going to be, for those not in the know, we're going to be running the tournament a little differently this year in that instead of multiple rounds of Swiss, well, we're still going to have the multiple rounds of Swiss, but each week is going to be a different primary setting. Sort of like how the ALTTPR League does things every once in a while.
RoboScout deciding to skip the Flogger requirement for Ruined Fountain, using a few standables to reach the spider track without needing to use the fountain.
Nicely done. All right, so Plasma Beam leading to various suits. So now we can dive into Magmore a little bit more. We can do Fiery Shores. We can do Upper Warrior Shrine. We don't need bombs to get to Workstation with this equipment, right?
Get to Workstation? No, but to get that item, you would need thermal, logically.
Right.
There's also Triclops Pit and storage cavern. Yes.
Yeah, we can get to those without bombs too. So yeah, there's a few checks in Magmore, but they're pretty split. Looks like Samuel is more interested in taking the canyon elevator to Fiery Shore, so yeah, he's gonna go to Magmore. It does seem like we're getting railroaded here pretty hard. Because Gravity Suit by itself, at this particular stage, doesn't do us any good. So at best, what we're gonna get out of this dive into Magmore is a couple more items, but most importantly, another elevator, which would be Workstation 1. Because, yeah, we can't get through Transport Tunnel A or Lava Lake without bombs. And the other workstation elevator needs power bombs and Ice Beam. Samuel does have to play a little bit carefully, though, is running a little bit low on health. And it would appear that he has been Prime 1'd.
Yep, thank you for the missiles game. So that was a missile in Shore
Tunnel.
Shore Tunnel. Oh, these route names sometimes.
That's okay. They threw me off for the longest time, too, when I was getting started. And yeah, chat confirms as well that there was a Metroid in, oh dear. In lower Fiery Shores.
Ice beam.
Huh. All beams before bombs. Since when? Sam? Now is not the time to be getting triclopped.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Death to a Triclops would be, I feel like that's gonna be a first.
Luckily, this is an energy tank, much to Samuel's relief.
Yeah. If those beam shots have anything to, express, yeah.
Okay, so, Ice Beam. So, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but we can do up to Biohazard Containment in Frigate without bombs. Wait, no, we need, no, we don't need power bombs to get in. Oh yeah, we need thermal logically, but we could get in there. So yeah, this is where Samuel sees that, yeah, these artifacts might be a pain in the backside. Yeah, because Main, Quarry, and Great Tree could potentially be on polar opposite ends of the world today. Life Grove isn't too bad, we just need power bombs. So yeah, the only two major question marks are power bombs and bombs, of course, and Phazon suit. Since when? Literally everything else except explosives. Bowling alley. That, I think, requires... Well, if you want to get there from the Furnace Way, you need bombs to go to Upper Furnace. So I don't think we can do Bowling Alley yet.
Oh, power bombs. Very nice.
Samuel's going to be very happy to see that, and yeah, he is going to use most likely a wall boost here to get out of Fiery Shores.
Not logical, but at least it's a fairly easy one. Bonk against the wall and boost, and you'll get vertical height enough to make it into most Morphball tunnels.
Like so.
Easy peasy.
So let's see if Samuel decides to take this all the way to Workstation. Even without Thermal Visor, he could easily just grab the artifact now.
Yep, and see what those two... Okay, so it was Gravity Suit in Shorelines.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So far, both of our early game elevators after Shorelines have led to early Talons. So yeah, we're still pretty isolated. Well, actually, with beams now, elevators shouldn't be too much of an issue. The only one that's actually going to be a headache is Workstation 2. Robo Scout is interested in whatever was in Lighthouse earlier. And it was another power bomb. All right, so yeah, both runners are getting pretty close to even on gear here. Robo Scout just needs to go get Boost Ball and Ice Beam, and Boost was in... Where was Boost again?
Boost. That was... Good question. Someone in chat's gotta remember. Help us out here.
It was in... I want to say it was in Chozo somewhere. But it was fairly early. So yeah, we're gonna get another elevator here. If this one leads to Talon, we're gonna have an interesting scenario here. I don't think it can, given we haven't seen the other Phendrana elevator, either Mine's elevator or... Well, let's see. Okay, yeah, it's the other Phendrana elevator. And, yeah, Thardos isn't in Logic, but the Quarantine Monitor is.
Oh, Boost Ball was in the tree, was it not?
Oh, yes. Yes, it was in Plaza Tree, which Robo Scout's probably going to go get now after diving Tower of Light. With this equipment, we should be able to do pretty much the entirety of Far Phendrana, except for Storage Cave. That needs a power bomb. Actually, no, Samuel could do Storage Cave with a power bomb. So yeah, he's fine. All right, this is transport access. That, I guess it was a Metroid.
That's what it looked like. Oh yeah, that's right. Still no bombs.
Yeah, bomb. This, I mean, you're gonna get your wish here by the looks of it, Jeff. Ask and thy shall receive, as they say.
So let's see. Is there anything we actually need bombs for? Training chamber. Logically, we need it for Rune Fountain. Life Grove. Yeah. Okay. So the seed does require bombs.
Yeah, it's really interesting that we're getting such a late bombs, and I think we are now down to, I think because we're running off Randomania, we do need main power bombs to be considered for logical power bombs, so we do need to consider that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, although you can use them, it doesn't consider it logical. If my understanding is correct.
Yes. Yeah, in Bash Prime's version of the Rando, that wasn't the case. An expansion could count for logic, but now it's just considering main launcher only. And there's another Metroid.
Oh my.
Bombs in Security Cave.
That's definitely a location.
Yeah, and actually, I'm thinking about that. I don't think that's locked by Plasma Beam. It's locked by... Is it locked by even Ice Beam, actually?
You would need
Yes.
Ice Beam, yeah, to get access to Frozen Pike.
Right, so yeah, it's locked by Ice Beam at least. That is a pretty lousy spot for bombs. And it looks like Robo Scout is actually already checked the training chamber neighborhood without me even noticing, but it doesn't look like there was anything major found there. Well, chat,
No.
at this
Good.
point, we are unfortunately on a Phazon suit casino. 34 minutes in, I might add.
Yeah, which means it's in mines, as it always is.
Because besides one check, it can be literally anywhere. The only other thing that can really slow us down now are elevators, and it looks like Samuel's actually, okay, no, Samuel just stopped for a split second here. Looks like Robo Scout did not get Boost Ball yet. Still hasn't checked the tree. Samuel is making a quick work of this Frozen Pike. That might have actually been a useless super combo in Transport Access. It might have been like Wave Buster or something.
I'm still waiting for the seed that requires a logical Wave Buster kill on Flagra.
Wave Buster kill on Flagra, that would be hilarious, but very unlikely. The only other time would be in Door Rando, which I do, if I'm not mistaken, I think that is going to be a feature in the tournament.
Yes, week 3 will be Door Rando.
Very nice.
It'll follow the odd weekly settings, so vanilla starts and transports, but we'll have randomized door locks.
All right, looks like Samuel's getting his power bomb dropped to check the workstation 2 elevator.
Gonna want to hope this is probably main quarry.
Yeah, main core would be fine at this point. No, it is Great Tree lower, so it's Frigate.
That's the Life Grove and Great Tree chamber access though. For
Yeah,
those two artifacts.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good elevator right now.
Yep, and plus you get to check one other elevator while you're here, so pretty good one to find.
I would wager we are going to see a Frigate dive after Life Grove. Just because with this equipment, well, Samuel actually is running into this without Gravity Suit, but I don't think he's too bothered by it.
It's a very low E seed.
Yeah, the only other energy tank we've seen so far... I'm actually trying to remember. We've seen another energy tank, but I can't remember where it is. But Samuel's going to go ahead and get this artifact in Great Tree Chamber first. All right, we're going to see Robo Scout go ahead and go for the Warrior Shrine checks. Samuel doing a completely unnecessary but very effective bomb jump to get Flamethrower out of Life Grove Tunnel, and the artifact is just out in the open. And it looks like Samuel... Oh, yeah, Samuel needs another bomb.
Scout on his way to get the Ice Beam.
Sam was having a little bit of trouble with this standable terrain here.
See all the moss on that rock? It's slippery.
Makes sense. Let's see. Let's see how Samuel decides to route this, because reverse frigate is perfectly doable right now. Not optimally with Samuel's equipment and lack of gravity suit, but otherwise doable. Monitor station. Okay.
So that means that either Far Chozo, the reflecting pool elevators, have to have our Phazon access, or Frigate Crash Site.
Both. One of the reflecting pool elevators will lead to both of those locations, because that's all we have left.
Oh, and Lava
wait a
Lake.
minute. No. Yeah, we don't have Lava Lake or PPC yet, so yeah, nix that. Yeah, Lava Lake very likely leads to mines.
Oh no! Oh, Sam! Oh my God! Oh, the hell!
Yeah, that was a little closer than it needed to be for sure, but Robo Scout, on the other hand, did pick up Ice Spreader out of Lava Lake, but is out of explosives, so no way to get back to the Lava Lake elevator. So yeah, the only elevators we have left are the 2 reflecting pool elevators, Frigate Crash Site, PPC, the 2 mines elevators, and good grief, what am I trying to say?
See the Lava Lake one?
I said Lava Lake, Talon, reflecting pools, and both mines elevators. There is a chance both reflecting pool elevators could lead to mines, actually.
Yep.
It would be very dumb if that's the case, because that super isolates mines. But it is possible.
Sam, please take the save that you're going to walk by. At least just refill on health.
Well, suddenly missiles not an issue. Robo Scout's already packing 105. And with super missiles and ice spreader in tow, they're both going to have a pretty easy time with final bosses. I don't think that's standable. And Samuel immediately goes and proves me a liar.
Yep. If you go through this room fast enough, you can skip one of the cycles. Climb this room fairly fast.
Oh no, Lava Lake.
No.
Lava Lake leads to Frigate Crash Site, which means both mines elevators are in Far Chozo.
That's yikes. That sure is a location for them. No quick way to get there.
And yeah, we would like to remind the audience that one of the artifacts is in Main Quarry, which granted is right outside one of those Far Chozo elevators and is effectively guaranteed to be quick. That being said, we still have to go all the way to Far Chozo, and it's a one-way, and we have to take the long way since we can't go from the back, since none of the elevators say can go there. So yeah, these elevators are pretty trash today. All right, this is Transport Tunnel B. This is Root Cave. This is going to lead us back to Vault in Chozo, and Robo Scout just now sees the tree and is picking up boost. And now he's got to think about this for a minute.
Yeah, does not have as much of the knowledge of where these transports are going, so a little bit behind in that regards, but
He's got to go back to Far Chozo for bombs, which the only way to do that currently is to take Talon Canyon back to Fiery Shores or
both
some
players
way.
high-fiving for a second.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, cut you off there.
no, you're good. But yeah, RoboScout has to go all the way to Workstation. Logically has to go all the way to Workstation to because no thermal visor yet. So the logical path to bombs is to get Ice Beam from Triclops Pit and then go all the way back to Workstation to go to the elevator that lets you go to Thardis and pick up bombs in Security Cave.
I believe logically they could also go through labs as well.
They could do, but why would you do that when Ice Beam is in Magmore anyway?
Yep. No, I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it's a good plan. I'm just saying it is an option.
But yes, they could do that. You're right. I didn't see what that was in Training Chamber.
It was one of our artifacts.
Oh, right. That's Train Chamber's an artifact. Oh, yeah, so our artifacts really are in trash locations today.
Thankfully, did start with a lot of the ball upgrades that are required for this room, so no hunt for any of those specific things.
True, it's just a slow room.
Yeah.
All right, so RoboScout's going to see the frigate crash site elevator here and see that it takes him right back to Lava Lake. Now, I don't think Samuel got the overgrown cavern item. Oh, wait, no. Samuel did get it. It was a missile. My bad. But with Gravity Suit in tow, RoboScout might be doing a frigate dive here with this. Yeah, might still do a frigate dive anyway without thermal visor. Samuel lost a energy tank to a lava bath there.
Yep. Lava hot.
All right, well, chat, welcome to have fun full clearing the whole game looking for Phazon suit. Because yeah, besides OP and Phase and good grief, what am I trying to say? OP and Phazon mining tunnel, we can do literally anything. I wouldn't be surprised if, given that Flogger is logically required anyway for artifact, that there will still be a that there would be Phazon suit on Flogger.
That'd be kind of mean since both players have decided to skip that check.
Yeah. What the artifact that Samuel is missing is main quarry, which I think he's going for now. We might actually see a early Ridley fight from Samuel. Interesting. It looks like Samuel wants to wall crawl to Far Chozo, even though really not a whole lot stopping him from getting there the normal way. This might just be faster for the sake of not having to do with morph ball tunnels. Whoops, except that's a fall to the floor. Oh, yeah, Samuel wants to skip this puzzle. That makes sense. This does take a minute or two. Oh, that's a fall, too.
Given that bombs were one of our last logical progression items, though, Might be good to check some of these bomb locked places.
That's very true. The other thing is that technically power bombs are required since they're needed for Life Grove, and we haven't seen main power bombs yet, so I do wonder where those are. Although they're not locking much in the way of major progression right now. They're basically just artifact fuel at this point. But yeah, what we're seeing Samuel do, for those not familiar with Metroid Prime Out of Bounds movement, essentially rather, not effectively, well, either way, depends on how you look at it, but every room is in a box where there's normal gravity physics and then there's ether gravity physics, and every time you transition in between the two boxes, you have a 3-frame window to jump. So that's what Samuel's doing here, is as he crosses into that box, is making those 3-frame jumps. And it looks like Samuel had actually loaded this room already, so he's trying to walk to the door to properly load this tunnel. There we go. Unfortunately, I think this is costing Samuel more time than it would have been had he just walked right through. No idea what that was in Furnace. I'm going to assume Samuel saw what was in Lower Furnace 2.
Missiles.
Okay.
There you go.
I wouldn't count mines out at this point, especially since that it is locking an artifact and we can practically toss the whole place.
And Randomizer just loves putting Phazon suit in mines, so.
It just loves disconnecting Phazon suit from all the other progression is what it likes doing. All right, so RoboScout's going to see the Thardis elevator here. Hang on, isn't this vanilla?
Indeed. I was about to say that myself, yeah.
I mean, sure, but RoboScout is on the path here to go get bombs. Whoops! That's a particularly nasty fall. It's going to take Sam a couple minutes to get into Ether jump position, because, yeah, in Ether, you slowly do rise up. So basically, Samuel has to get to the floor of Furnace's box here. Don't try and do this in Prime Remastered, though, because every room is not in a box. Yeah, it's costing, to clarify with chat, it's costing Sam time because a lot of time is being spent on recovery here. But on a proper full run of this, a proper full non-stop run, this would save a considerable amount of time. Like probably 2 minutes or close to. All right, so Samuel has now loaded Hall of the Elders, and it looks like Samuel's just making a beeline for main quarry at this point.
Yeah, might be betting on the Phazon suit in mines. It's never a bad choice.
Yeah, very interesting gamble to make in this scenario.
Yeah, bypassing a lot of checks.
All right, and it looks like RoboScout is now making his way through Farfandrana. Antechamber was junk.
Oh, I wonder where reflecting pool elevators go.
Surely they can't lead to Phazon mines, could they? Unfortunately, that's the wrong side. And it looks like RoboScout's not interested in whatever was in Gravity Chamber.
Thankfully, he is on his way to bombs, though, so.
Ooh, almost didn't make that. That was a bit of a clench jump there.
Still no visors for either player.
No visors. But to be fair, these runners are making things look very easy without them. But yeah, if you like what you see, folks, you are very much going to like the events that unfold in the Prime 1 tournament, which I believe starts on the 29th.
Yes.
So
Sounds
yeah,
correct.
yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Whoops, Robo Scout takes a fall in Phendrana's Edge. All right, so at this point, Samuel will now probably completely clear out mines. Or warp to start and do far Phendrana. Let's see how he decides to go about this. Might just be taking a safety save because we're kind of going through mines on 3 energy tanks and in Samuel's case, 1 suit. Oh no, he's busting out.
Interesting. That's oh, maybe going for the hint play.
Actually, yeah, I think that's exactly what Sam is doing. Interesting that he chose to return to start without saving.
Yeah, that's a nice that'd be a nice pivot save because you could get the hint, and if it says it's in mines, you could just warp right back or save and quit and be right back in mines. But now he's got to go all the way through Chozo again.
Yeah, and unfortunately with, yeah, because unfortunately there's no easy way to... Well, actually, the Thardus elevator takes you to Workstation, and Workstation 2 takes you to Lower Tree. That's still pretty far from Artifact Temple, though. Samuel might just be thinking Thardus outright.
Might just go for the skip. Yeah, going for the skip.
Robo Scout, on the other hand, has retrieved his bombs. Probably not too happy about leaving those behind as long as he has.
Well, I mean, who knew? Who knew they'd be there?
Yeah, definitely one of the weirdest spots for bombs we've seen for even for an even weekly, I should say. Because that is still pretty late in the logic chain. That's regardless locked by Ice Beam, which is locked by Various Suit, which is locked by Plasma Beam, actually. So yeah, bombs were in fact locked by Plasma Beam, since Varia was in Ice Temple. Ew. Yeah, looks like Samuel's taking the Workstation elevator to Great Tree. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think it would have been faster to go back down Main Quarry to Chozo, and then Vault takes you to Root Cave, and you're not too far away from that. I think that would have been a better route, but that'd be a question for Samuel in the interview. Well, we'll see what his thought process was for that routing. Looks like he might have... Yeah, looks like he accidentally forgot his elevators. But he does have a way through via Reverse Frigate, so it's going to take a minute, but he can get to Artifact Temple.
I think he's going up, back into Magmore to go to Monitor Station, and then taking the Lava Lake out.
Well, the other... yeah, Upper Tree... Where's Upper Tree here?
I think it's Monitor Station, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So at least cutting a little bit of Magmore off, but not exactly a quick route.
Yeah, it's like I said before, the elevators are really uncooperative right now. Looks like that's an energy tank and research core. Looks like Robo Scout decided he wants to finish up labs. And there are plenty of items here still. There's an item in Observatory. There's the 2 items in Lab Aether, which he's right around the corner to. And then there's Control Tower.
Grab the E-Tank, which will trigger a lot of different pirate layers. Not a lot of them are fun.
It will trigger a lot of pirate layers, but one layer it will remove is the fight trigger in Control Tower. So the observatory check will be a little easier to get to.
Inner slice. The seed is not cooperating. We have a lot of stuff, but the elevators suck. Bombs. I mean, RoboScout just grabbed bombs at about 55 minutes. They were in
Security
cave. Yep.
Yeah.
So
And they
pretty
were
late.
locked. They were locked by Plasma and Ice Beam. Since Ice Beam needed Variasuit, and Variasuit was in Ice Temple.
Yeah. They're like our, what, third last logical item, probably?
Pretty much.
Other than, like, PBs and Phazon suit. Those are the only other items that we don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and by the way, both Mines elevators are in Reflecting Pool. And Mines is required for an artifact in Main Quarry. And possibly Phazon suit. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, no Phazon suit hint. That's what we believe Sam is heading for.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's a 2-elevator trip to get to Talon. From our warp to start point, which was Research Lab Hydra. Also, bit of an energy starved seed. Alright, so the answer isn't Control Tower. Now, what's Samuel's fastest way back to... Well, obviously, we're going to figure out once we see where the hint is. But assuming Mines is the call here, what's Samuel's fastest way back to Reflecting Pool? It's going to be from...
It'd be Root Cave to...
Vault, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just drive from from there to Far Chozo, since most of the challenges are... Since the gate's open now. Although you do still have to skip the Zoid puzzles, so...
Maybe choosing not to save in Mines due to the fact that if he did save warp out, or save quit out, he would have had to fight Ridley again.
Probably.
But at the same time, is doing the Ridley fight again going to take more time than that huge backtrack to Mines?
That is a good question. Because, yeah, this, even with Boost Ball, Ridley does still take a few minutes.
Oh, let's see it. One. So if the wing goes over the sea, you get fly. Yeah, sweet. There's a consistent flyby skip method that's been found apparently that Sam just pulled off there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I am learning today. I am learning.
Yeah, it's a full charge shot of plasma, a single shot, a half charge shot, and then I think one more single shot. Ridley moves to the left, you get a charge shot off, and then you have to pause buffer. It's complicated, but like there's a setup. Someone got it 7 times in a row, so it works and saves a bunch of time. So.
Well, Ridley is getting revenge on Samuel for that flyby skip, as is getting charged multiple times.
Yeah, that manual aim is harder than it looks.
All right. Well, with that said, folks, we are about to find out where Phazon suit is hiding. Now, if it's Chozo or Phendrana, that is going to be really bad because that means it's a at this point, it practically means it's on a boss. Not really bad from a, oh, I have to do something hard thing because bosses are easy with this equipment. More like a, oh, I have to go all the way back and fight them. Because, yeah, I think we full cleared Phendrana. We full cleared Chozo.
Yeah, the only thing left in, you see what that hint was?
I sure did,
Phazon
and
Mines.
it said it's Phazon Mines.
Uh,
Well, backtracking through Chozo we go.
Yep. TGC with the prediction. Big brain. How did you know? How did you know? Get this, man.
Yeah, but if it had been Chozo, if it had been Talon, it would have been just in Frigate, and that actually probably wouldn't have been so bad. You could have just gone back and grabbed it real fast, but... Well, in that case, we probably don't have to go to Frigate, so Samuel's probably going to ignore that now. It would be something else if Phazon was on OP and X-Ray was in Biohazard or something.
Uh-huh. Which, you know, if we want to sit here for another hour or so waiting for them to find X-Ray.
The equivalent of Oops All Dungeons.
Yep. Yeah, X-Ray on Thardis, or Wilds.
Two more
on PCA.
Yeah, 2 more hours, and I'm saying this not even knowing this isn't even Ocarina of Time, Rando. You ever see the Oops All Dungeons serial for Ocarina of Time, Rando?
I have not.
It's a pretty funny image. So yeah, that means Zoid is probably dead. Again, we're assuming we don't need X-ray visor for Phazon's suit.
You know what happens when you assume, though.
Yeah, I know.
Looks like RoboScout will be checking these late Chozo spots, though. Oh, nope. Also skipping Zoid. I believe RoboScout knows that the 2 reflecting pool elevators have to be mines.
Yeah, I think he's been to Lava Lake. But yeah, no, these elevators are trash today. Complete trash.
Sam deciding to give up on the wall crawl. He's going to just do it the normal way.
Alright, that's an energy tank in Upper Furnace.
We haven't seen what Crossway has. Might be a visor.
Yeah, a visor would solve a couple of logical questions, that's for sure.
Just a missile.
And you know, dread it, run from it, Samuel does this puzzle all the same. I gotta be careful saying dread it around Metroid. I really do. And on that note, shoutouts to the Metroid Dread Randomizer, which uses the same program that gens all these Prime Rando seeds.
Indeed. Shoutouts to Randovania.
I can't wait until Dread Rando starts really picking up steam and we start having, like, races there. That would be awesome. And yeah, our runner's actually kind of high-fiving here in Hall of the Elders. Although Samuel's just passing through. RoboScout's actually going to toss the place. Nice camera.
You know, for all it's worth, could end up costing Sam if there's a visor here.
Yeah, although it's very unlikely given the myriad of checks in mines that we can just completely clear out. Hey, not Troid.
Nice gravel flavored one. Plane or whatever it's called. Have to pull up the nothing decks, consult which flavor.
Chad asks, has any visor been logically required? At this point, no. We've been able to get away without thermal. Actually, that's incorrect. There was an artifact in Workstation, which does require it.
And main quarry.
Yeah, main core too. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, well, there's X-ray. Well,
Oh.
At least it was on the way.
Have fun full clearing the entirety of mines looking for your Phazon suit.
Chat, that is very true. Better here than...
Oh, not for the audience.
Yeah, not as much content this way, though. Look, I already had my fun with the late bomb play, so...
Yeah, and admittedly, I've been having my fun with the lousy elevators, so we both got our fills today. Actually, since I did mention the mine's reflecting pool kerfuffle, I'm gonna say it again. I don't call this on purpose. That has been the story of my year.
No PBs for Sam.
Now let's see how RoboScout decides to go about this, because they're effectively now following each other and pretty much equally equipped. So, despite RoboScout having some issues earlier with the late boost ball and bombs, he's ended up catching up to Samuel quite well on the virtue of just there's been no sign of Phazon suit, and the elevators are this trash.
Unfortunately, still missing a number of artifacts to credit Sam, though. Still got to do the far Talon.
I think so, yeah. That did not look like a suit in... Uh-oh. That did not look like a suit in... Oop, and looks like Sam's turret didn't quite get over there. Sam just ducking and weaving here.
So skipping out on the what is that? The Phazon Elite. Okay.
Yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah, Samuel very much playing Daredevil here. Is down to the last energy tank. And is once again getting Prime 1'd. All right, so RoboScout has returned. Let's see what he does here. Oh, RoboScout doesn't know about Lava Lake. He's about to see the the PPC elevator and think, wait a minute, how does that work?
No, the Lava Lake elevator he would have saw from when he climbed Frigate Crash Site, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Because he didn't go through, you're right, he didn't go through Frigate.
Yeah, deciding to go back up and check that out. There's our main PBs.
Once again, have fun full clearing the entirety of mines looking for your Phazon suit.
Yeah, so that logically opens up the lower half, so...
That was also needed for Life Grove tunnels, so... Or Life Grove, so yeah. You had to go get the main power bombs and then go all the way back to Talon. What a mess.
So I feel like Sam's gonna bet for the lower mines play, and then if he doesn't find Phazon suit, go back to Elite Research and probably save warp out in main quarry.
All right, well, there's a Metroid in PPC. I don't think you save warp out of PPC. I think that's actually slower. Or not PPC, at main quarry, sorry. But I don't think you save warp. I think that's slower. I think you just take whichever elevator's closest to Chozo to go back to Talon. Samuel not even looking to check the event area item until finishing the cutscene.
Yeah, it'll point you in that direction, so... Ish. Oh.
Guess it's not Phazon suit.
87 health is not a lot of health.
Nope, had a beam switching error. Samuel might be thinking he's behind a little bit. And is that it?
It does look to be that. That looked like a Phazon suit to me.
Yep, Phazon suit and Central Dynamo. How many squares and we get to count them today?
Sam's gonna have to be careful with his health as well if he gets bonked around enough.
Yeah, and on top of that, this maze looks like trash. Oh, wait, is he gonna try and skip it? And he succeeds. Well done.
What was that?
So, if you bomb jump as you're descending into the maze, the central pillar actually physically disappears.
I see.
So that you can see yourself in the maze better, but it physically disappears to do so. So if you hit that trigger, you cause the central dynamo to disappear, and that includes with the door open, and that allows you to just go pick it up. And looks like Samuel's warping out again.
That's an interesting thing to know.
Yeah, that definitely saved Samuel quite the headache had that not gone well. And yeah, based on just looking at it, that maze looked like trash. And I'm pretty sure RoboScout's going to get the same maze now. Because I do believe the Zoid and Maze RNG are both shared between seeds now. But yeah, Samuel definitely saved a lot of time there by skipping Central Dynamo. More so, not even that much time per se, but just the gathered concern from everybody in chat.
So shorelines to main plaza to vault to root cave.
Yeah, luckily we don't have to fight Ridley again on Samuel's end. Unfortunately, RoboScout did not commit to mines on his first pass either, so he's going to have to backtrack eventually later.
surprised Sam wouldn't just pick up the suit just for the damage reduction with this many E-tanks.
Samuel has been playing Daredevil for the entirety of the season, and I wager that this is training for the tournament. Because again, with 42 entrants total, possibly more, depending on if we get any more signups before the next day, the Samuel's going to be up against some very fierce competition. So you can tell Samuel is training to win here.
I was going to make that joke, Schwartz.
Nice Metroid in Transit Tunnel A. Oh yeah, I don't think RoboScout ever got the Great Tree Chamber artifact, so yeah, this is where he's going now.
Yep, Great Tree Chamber and Life Grove.
Right, that's going to be 4 and 5. Now, what's RoboScout 6?
Let me just scroll back in chat to where I posted it.
Training Chamber, maybe?
No, he got Training Chamber, I believe. So main Quarry, yes. Great Tree Chamber in a moment. Life Grove in a moment. Magmore Workstation? Probably. Must have passed. I assume passed by it and would have grabbed it. I don't see why you would wait.
I think he's grabbed it, yeah.
It's either Ruined Fountain, yes, and Training Chamber, yes. So might just be off on the count by one. Not sure.
Yeah, it might be that RoboScout might have not had Boost Ball on the Training Chamber pass, so might have missed that one. Unfortunately, he's now getting Life Grove tunneled. Wow, Samuel not even saving at the ship, just taking the ammo refill.
Maybe saving at Impact Crater and then is going to go for Exoskip.
Maybe?
I know Sam's been practicing it, so.
And given what we've been seeing from Samuel all afternoon, I wouldn't be surprised if he does take a shot at it. Am I imagining things, or when Samuel went down the Impact Crater elevator, it put him at the save station?
Yes, that happens for some reason.
Okay, just making sure I'm not absolutely crazy here.
Nope, nope, you saw it correctly.
Because I very much am absolutely crazy.
Chat's asking about if there's an Exoskip. Yes, there is. You use a what's it called? Use one of the Metroids from Phazon Core. Yes. You drag it into the other room and use it to clip you out of bounds, and then you just wall crawl your way to the last room to fight Essence. Basically.
Yeah, it's a very difficult out of bounds, and if you screw it up, you got to do the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
Like, if you fall inbound into any of the exo rooms, you know, there's no exo there, you can't get back out, and you're basically screwed. All right, we're seeing RoboScout dive through Frigate. Unfortunately, this is not going to work in his favor.
Maybe just using this as a path back to Artifact Temple.
Yeah, RoboScout might have gotten the last artifact, but we just missed it. So yeah, and again, if you like what you saw in today's weekly, we'll have when the tournament begins. This will be week 2 of Swiss. We'll run the even weekly. The first week will be odd weekly, so traditional landing site start, normal elevators rather. Door lock randos week 3 as we discussed. Let me see.
Week 4 is Fighting Chance, which is starting in various boss rooms, otherwise mainly vanilla. 5 is Open World, all doors are blue, and Major Minor. And then 6 is Armory Hunt, which is you start with all your movement items, but have to find all your beams. There's only 1 missile expansion and only 1 power bomb expansion, so it's just a hunt for your weapons to decide when you want to fight final bosses.
And it should be noted that that one expansion, the missile launcher and power bomb expansion, will cap you out completely when picked up.
Yes. It should also be noted for week 6 that each energy tank is only worth 25 health, but there are like 56 or something like that. So
yeah.
It's the same amount of health, but when you look at the top bar and you notice you've got 4 E-tanks, but you've actually only got 125 health, it's it's a little bit concerning.
Oh my.
Yeah. It means that early Chozo is actually pretty dangerous as you walk by the scarabs because, 25 health, not a lot of health.
So yeah, there were 3 options given for week 6, but amongst the 3 options, Armory Hunt's won with a 44%, about 44% of the vote. So yeah, it was a very interesting way of figuring out how this was going to go. But I'm excited for this. Like, I think what I like in seeds in general and logic in general is complexity. So seeing these like complex seeds, like especially week 5, not week 5, especially the Armory Hunt in week 6, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, starting off with all movement items. So like you've got grapple beam, you got spider ball, you got visors. It makes for some interesting plays because some of the ones that I've tested out, Arbor Chamber is like your second logical check because it's like all you need is plasma beam and you can get up there.
Yeah, the other 2 options we had on the table that were not picked, we might show them off in like an exhibition match, like for a week 5 setting one day, is pick your poison, where let's see. So pick your poison means that each player would give the tournament organizer a list of items. Actually, let's cross that bridge in a second here. In the meantime, Samuel is on Essence. Had a pretty fast Exo fight, now that I think about it.
Visors, so it's doing this blind. Thankfully, you're able to sort of stun lock Essence. If you find it. You can also use Scan Visor to kind of help yourself out a little bit.
And I think Samuel is in position here for a quick kill. That's going to do it. Samuel finishes the race in first place on Restream and first overall with an official race time GG time of 1:28:30. RoboScout, on the other hand, discovering, and I quote his words directly in Race Time Room, Phazon not being merciful. Oh dear. So yeah, now RoboScout will be diving through the entirety of mines to get to Central Dynamo for Phazon suit. In the meantime, we'll see if Samuel wishes to join us for an interview, and it looks like that would be Samuel joining us in the booth. GG to you, congratulations.
GG.
GG. That was a
Yes, a couple things to bring up on our list. Morph ball bombs.
Yep. That's the first thing we need to take off. We have a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
What were they doing there, and why were they there?
Well, they were there because you were able to find Plasma Beam in lower Watery Hall, which gave you Various Suit in Ice Temple for Ice Beam in Triclops Pit, so that you can go through the Thardus elevator to get to Security Cave. That's
Like
why
a
it was there.
30 plus minute morph ball bombs. You get every single beam before you get them.
Yeah. I guess it was technically like the third or fourth last logical progression item.
Yeah, I think the last one was technically, we don't even know where Thermal Visor is. We'll see it in your credits in a minute, because it was logically, yeah, because it was logically required for 2 artifacts.
And it'll be required for Exo.
Alright, let's see.
Or not Exo, Essence.
Thermal visor was fungal hull access.
Lower mine, so it was right around the corner to Phazon suit. Oh, that makes it even worse, because that means you had to go get thermal and then go all the way back to workstation. And I would like to remind the audience, there's no way to Magmore from mines. Literally, the only place mines takes you is far Chozo.
Yeah, it's just
yes. It brings us to our second main point is, yeah, the elevators.
Yes, I was having some confusion, especially when I wanted to go get the Phazon suit hint. I think it was, I wasn't sure whether or not I was thinking that the far Magmore ice elevator was leading to a crash site, and when I went to there, I was like, I actually don't remember whether or not this brought it there. And when it didn't, I was like, oh crap, what am I gonna do now? And then I ended up being that shenanigans.
Now, did it cross your mind to save at main quarry before you warped out for the hint, just in case it was in Phazon mines and you could just come back? You would have had to fight Ridley again.
That is quite literally what went through my head. I was like, I should save, and then I didn't. I don't know.
You very much
on edge.
Yeah, you very much played. You kept us on edge. I'll tell you that much. You played the whole game with pretty much 2 or 3 energy tanks. You had a couple of close calls, especially in mid mines. I mean, it could have been. It's still, any health more than 0 is enough.
And how was the how was the setup for the flyby skip?
I screwed it up. I should not have gotten it. So here's the gist of how it works. You shoot a fully charged plasma shot, then you shoot about halfway to not stun Ridley, and then it goes to the left, and then you do another fully charged shot if that's enough to knock it back. Or wait, after the half charged shot, another fully charged shot, then it goes left, then you do another fully charged shot, then it goes into like his flyby animation, then you do map buffering. I missed the very first charge shot, so there was no reason it would have worked, but I saw Ridley fly to left and only used one charge shot after it did an attack, so I thought, you know what, this is the worst that could happen, let's go for it. And I didn't even get the setup. I didn't even have the wing indicator for it to work. I just kind of did it by instinct. I was like, okay, if I were actually in the setup, where would Ridley's wing be? Because that's what you use to visualize where when you're supposed to shoot. And I got it, and I was like, what? I just didn't expect that to happen, but I'm pretty baffled that I got it.
Well, honestly, it seemed pretty consistent with your trick execution overall, because movement-wise, you had pretty much no issues. You nailed second try the central dynamo skip, which good thing too, because that maze looked like it was trash.
Yeah,
And you had 40 health.
Yeah, that also. I didn't expect to get that. I was audibly freaking out when I got that because I did not expect that to work. I think that's the first time I've gotten it without save stating or whatever.
We figured you were pretty much in like training mode for the tournament with all these heavy-duty tricks, because you are partaking in the prime tourney next month.
Yes, quite. One thing I do want to mention and apologize for is Ice Beam before Flagra Ball troll, quote unquote. The intention was to do puzzle skip, where you just door warp into I don't even know what the room is, but the tunnel to furnace. And don't know what happened. It sounded like I fell into collision, then I moved and I just fell to the floor. I was like, what? And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing Ice Beam before Flagra now. and I wasn't prepared for kind of roller coaster. Quite poor, but it doesn't matter all about that.
Yeah, what happened is Robo Scout routed things considerably differently. Firstly, he did not. Oh, nice ice beam hit there. He did not get boost ball on his first pass through Chozo. Maybe it was out of missiles or just didn't think about the tree. I'm not sure, but also went straight to Talon after reaching the vault elevator. So didn't go check. Didn't go all the way around to vault ledge for space jump. Yeah,
That's what we were thinking.
It was.
That is important.
Yeah, so that's what led Robo Scout to be a bit behind, and then he was actually not too far behind you getting the main quarry artifact, but same as you, he also busted out of mines before going through for Phazon suit.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly, Phazon suit being in mines is very common. And I was tempted to just full clear it, but there was still a lot of speed runs, especially in, whatchamacallit. There's some area that I can't think of right now. But I was a little concerned that it could just mess me over. If I were to full clear all of mines and there would be nothing, it would put me really behind. So I just did it sort of like as a reassurance.
Yeah, I think areas you didn't check like Gravity Chamber. I don't think you checked Gravity Chamber. You passed up the Phazon Elite because power bomb issues.
Oh yeah, I'm just so terrified that Phazon suit might be there. Whenever that made power bombs, I was like, okay, am I willing to go all the way back?
Yeah, the other locations that RoboScout checked that you didn't were Pirate Labs and Fendrana and also Frigate.
Right. Oh, Frigate. Yeah,
I think Frigate was more of a play to get to Artifact Temple than anything. Just due to the artifact or the elevators not really cooperating, not having the easiest way.
I was to do that too, but I was like, I never picked up gravity suit. That's gonna be very slow, so I just decided to go through the elevators.
Oh no, Robo Scout fell right before the spinner. I was going to say something and I forgot what it was. Story of my life.
Yeah, I should also apologize that my timer is not working. I know Jeff already knows this, but I'm in a very weird setup, and I'm using like a MacBook laptop to do this, honestly. But it doesn't seem that Live Split is supported with MacBooks, so I tried using the web version, but when I tapped out of it, it just stopped. So sorry about that. It's a little inconvenient.
Indeed.
Yeah, I just posted it in the chat, so if any chatters are interested.
Yep. All things considered, I think my only real issue was the wall crawl, the dumb wall crawl that I did. I remember the second time around, I was like, I should go for this again. And then when I tried to get onto the stand-up mode and slow jump into the secret world, I fell off, and I was like, okay, I think that's a symbol that the game does not want me to do this. So I passed up on it.
Yeah, that, besides that though, yeah, you played the seed pretty well, although the seed was trash. It was
the
logically
the bomb location.
It was logically trash, the elevators were trash, the artifacts were kinda trash.
Yeah,
I think the elevators are probably the biggest troll because, again, no way into mines without Chozo. And logically having to go all the way to get Thermal Visor and Fungal Hall B and then go back for the artifacts. That's the logical trash.
Yep.
Thankfully, Thermal Visor easy to skip.
Wait, who's on this inner slice? Okay. We know who we're blending after this race is done.
Yeah. I mean, Inner Slice and I are used to generating terrible weekly seeds, so... Although that being said, I wasn't around for yesterday, so I don't know how that played out, but I'll ask around later.
that being said, I think I will head out now.
Sure thing.
Alright.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep, thank you for the comments.
GG's
thank you
again.
for trackers. For all the work you do. Thank you to SpeedGaming, Global Scout, and also to Nightabath Incorporated, who are also in this race for now.
Yeah.
And yeah, see you all next week.
Indeed, we'll see you in the tournament in 15 days.
Yep.
So getting back to Robo Scout, very quickly approaching the Phazon suit.
Yeah, we'll see if he is able to perform the Central Dynamo skip here, because this could be this maze could be pretty bad based on what we saw earlier.
I'm gonna try this skip out. Considering it's the first time I've ever seen it.
Chat's telling me yesterday's Echoes Weekly was actually relatively jet, which, for one of my seeds, that's a shock. All right, so anyway, we're starting Central Dynamo, so let's start counting the squares.
This already isn't good.
No, this... Yeah.
Oof.
I think that's 23 at the puddle.
Oh my god.
33 at the puddle. I want to say that was 45. Suits were me. Oh, suit on Spider Guardian. Yeah, that's pretty mean. Ooh, and for an even weekly seat too, which means standard elevators. So yeah, that is kind of rough. But yeah, at this point, Robo Scout's in pretty much the same position Samuel was, so he's going to go ahead and make his way to final to EXO and finish that up. And in the meantime, yeah, let's go back to my point earlier about the tournament. So yeah, a couple of other modes that we that were options for week 6, and again, we might show these off in like an exhibition match in the future. But the pick your poison one is where both runners give the TO, the tournament organizer, a list 2 items that they want to start with, and there's no artifacts. They just need to find Phazon suit and rush final bosses. Everything else, yeah, I think, yeah, you just gotta find Phazon suit and rush final bosses. That's it.
That sounds correct.
Yeah, with the chosen items you gave both players gave the TOs. And then there was, let's see, Baker's Dozen. Yeah, this was an interesting one. Baker's Dozen is, you have everything except Phazon suit, but you have to, but all the artifacts, you have 12 artifacts. And I think it's also random. Is it random elevators? I think it's random. I think it's random elevators as well. But it's definitely random start. But that being said, those may be settings we'll see another day. But those were the options that were available for voting. But again, Armory Hunt was the winning option for week 6. So we'll be seeing that in the beginning of July.
Scout making his way back to Talon. We'll be finishing up here shortly.
Not a whole lot else to say at this point, except, yeah, we've already recited the lousy logic for thermal visor and artifacts. Luckily, getting all the remaining items running through mines would have been a straight line, because you would have had to get X-ray in security access A, which is fine, because you need that technically to get past MQA. And then you get main power bombs, and then you get thermal visor. So at least you get it all in one shot. Unfortunately, you still have to make that one shot. And then if you didn't have the artifacts, it would have been a long walk back for Life Grove and Workstation. I think if I'm looking at the elevators right, Workstation would have been 3 worlds away, because you would have had to go out of Mines to Chozo, back to... Oh, actually, no. I think, hang on a minute. Yeah, no. There's no Magmore elevators in Chozo. So, yeah, you would have had to go from Mines to Chozo to Talon to Magmore. Or from Mines to Chozo to Phendrana to Magmore. Take your pick. It's bad either way.
Yeah.
And that's usually where the big trolls in even weekly settings are, is the random elevators, because they can very easily isolate areas. I remember last week's Echoes Weekly actually left Great Temple and Torvis and the entirety of Lower Torvis completely unable to be reached. And I think even Upper Torvis was technically unreachable too.
I would like to see some more unchecked elevators. We've been playing with those recently, and those are a lot of fun, especially when Great Tree Hall Upper connects to Lower and just completely isolates off that whole side of Talon. Lots of fun.
Oh yes, I think a favorite of mine personally, and we showed this off in the Echoes tourney, not this past year, but the year before, was one-way elevator cycles. And how that works is you go from elevator to elevator, and then to another elevator, and it keeps going in a cycle until you get back to the beginning. So it's possible to get one elevator leading to one elevator chain leading to all of the elevators, but it's also possible to have an elevator just lead to itself and be completely useless.
Beam there.
Indeed, slowest phase.
Yep. Ice Spreader, not usually useful, but can help a lot in these exit routes.
unfortunate. Robo Scout misses out on the pickups here. But honestly, with the amount of missiles we've picked up, I'm sure he's fine. Yeah, he's on sub-chamber 4, he's still got half a tank left. I say as Exo immediately fast charges.
Stand on Plasma, though. We like to see that.
Very true.
That's not what you don't want to see.
Yeah, we didn't get Wave Buster today, unfortunately. Ooh, another fast charge. Yeah, this sub-chamber 4 is being really uncooperative with Robo Scout. With that said, Robo Scout comes up against Essence. Plenty of health, plenty of ammo. He should be fine. Hopefully plenty of power bombs.
Gotta just stand on a stick for a minute until the first pool is laid. There we go.
Yeah, luckily I don't think you can get pool skipped in phase 1.
I don't know if it was explained last time, but right now, stuttering the shots skips Essence's animations, and if you skip enough of them, it'll go directly to the next pool, as we see here.
Yeah, only thing you gotta watch out for is if Essence is positioned too close to the Metroid Prime Exo carcass, end result is Essence will just visor shift and not lay a pool. Because the terrain's not suitable. But it looks like Robo Scout decided to just bulldoze Essence with that full attack there and go straight into the next phase.
It can be the safe play when you don't have the visor, just because if you mess up the stun lock and Essence moves, then all of a sudden you might just waste out on a bunch of damage, so...
Looks like he's gonna play it safe here and just attack and cancel into the X-ray phase again.
Time for Roboscout.
That'll be a finish with a race time GG time of 1:53.38. That is good for second place overall as well. And we are joined in the booth by RoboScout. GG to you.
Hello. Oh boy.
Yeah, that about sums it up. This seed was pretty trash.
Yep. I also, me and my friend, back in CGC, we developed a little phrase called "ooh, shiny." It's for when you, have, like, this really cool idea of, like, something you do, like, 5 minutes away in the world, and then you forget just, like, the very obvious, item right in front of you. And yeah, I got ooh, shiny this seed. That was my bad.
Artifact Temple.
Yeah, Artifact Temple, trying to do stuff with Vendrana, and then, oh yeah, Space Jump was right there.
Yeah. Yeah, spent a lot of time in Rune Courtyard.
Yeah, but how about those mines elevators?
Yeah, that was also fun. Like I remember I was thinking like should I just clear mines right now? It's Phazon suit is going to be in mines. And then of course, yeah, Phazon suit hint was right there because I grabbed all the artifacts to go to grab Phazon suit hint, and then had to go all the way back, and then all the way back to mines.
Yeah, Samuel did the same thing. You were actually not too far away from Samuel going into mines on your first pass when Samuel was getting main quarry artifact. But you both did bust out at that point. Samuel took a longer way around to get back to Artifact Temple because, again, the elevators were absolute garbage today.
Yeah.
And how did you feel about the almost hour in bombs?
You know what? Honestly, I can enjoy this. Those are the kinds of curse that makes me enjoy Rando. I can take those. That was cursed, but the good kind of cursed.
Yeah, it required a lot of stuff by logic because you needed plasma to get Varia so that you can get ice in Triclops Pit. Then you can go through the Thardus elevator, which is all the way back at the start of the game to go to Security Cave. And you were going by the elevator because Thermal Visor's in lower mines. So you weren't going through Thardus anytime soon.
This seed was cursed. How about that 2-room warp to start? That was a good classic. I really did not feel like fighting pirates at that moment.
That's fair. It saves time.
Yep.
Can't argue that much.
Trying to think of other things that we may have not covered during this seed.
Yeah, we had to have a chuckle when you were given super missiles in Research Lab and started in Research Lab Hydra. It's like, gee, I wonder what's in Research Lab Hydra. It couldn't possibly be Wave Beam, could it?
Really? Never would have guessed.
But yeah, the
Oh, one thing. You walked by Boost Ball in the main plaza tree quite a number of times.
Yep. I was not paying much attention in main plaza. I was too busy thinking 10 steps ahead. I forgot to think 1 step ahead.
Okay, so yeah, same sort of shiny problem that happened with Vault Ledge.
Yeah, I was busy thinking elsewhere. I forgot to check the items there. I'm also just used to super missiles not starting with them and just compartmentalizing that item in my brain into a late game item.
Yeah, that's fair. Awesome. Well, sounds like I don't know how much more commentary we've all got in this. It's getting a little quiet.
Yeah. And the only question mark I had was where was Wavebuster, and we see it now in Robo Scout's credits. It was in MQA. So yeah, pretty much everything else was in mines. I mean, that was
not surprised.
By the point we were looking for Phazon suit, we had suspected like, okay, we've seen most of Fendrana, we've seen most of everything else. There's a good chance it's in mines, but it could also just be on a boss.
Yeah.
But
no bosses were fought that seed.
No bosses were fought, even though Flogger was required for Fountain, but who needs to do that? Clearly not you two.
Not when we have boots.
Not when you have Boots and Spider Ball. Yeah, Boots and Spider Ball especially was nice and early too.
Yeah.
But with that said, yeah, I've got nothing else to add.
I'm good here.
Yeah.
With that said, GG's once again to Samuel and RoboScout for putting on a fantastic show for you here on this Sunday afternoon. I believe we will be back next Sunday. Will be our odd weekly, so standard start and elevators. And then the week after that, I think we're having one more even weekly. And then right after that, folks, buckle up because we will be bringing you the 2023 Metroid Prime Randomizer Tournament. And it's going to be a good one. We've got, again, 6 weeks, 42 runners, a lot of different settings, one chaotic randomizer.
What could possibly go wrong?
Many things, but when they do, we love it.
some people will be having a lot of fun when that goes wrong. Those people are not the runners.
Awesome. So thanks again to SpeedGaming for hosting us. Thanks to Op and Warren for tracking, and thanks to Captain for co-hosting with me.
No problem. Thanks for joining me here, or let me come and join you today, Jeff. And with that said, folks, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next mission. Take care.
Yep.